armed illegal immigrants take over Colorado apartment complexes. Be back in just a second to talk about it. Peace, AGG Nation. This is AGG, the average gun guy. And today, guys, we're here for a serious topic. Unfortunately, something we got to talk about. If you guys haven't been living under a rock, you already can see what's happening in the news with the illegal migrants that have been coming into the country. Of course, not all are bad, not all are criminals, but as you can see, a large portion are. So I've got a video I'm gonna bring to you guys. Let's take a quick look at this news story here. After we look at this news story, we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk all about it. All right, guys, be back in just a second.
So there are several buildings actually under the same ownership, out-of-state ownership, that have fallen to these Venezuelan gangs. I'm trying to walk it back and do the investigation as to how there's a concentration of Venezuelans in these three buildings. Somebody put them there, and somebody funded it. Whether it's federal government or not, we're trying to find out who. These gangs apparently are attracted to where there's a concentration of Venezuelan migrants, and so they've in fact have kind of pushed out the property management through intimidation and then collected the rents. We have now or have had it is ongoing operations with a task force of local law enforcement, state law enforcement partners, and federal law enforcement partners to root them out, and arrests have been made, but these operations are still ongoing.
With the arrests that have been made, are these confirmed gang-affiliated members?
You know, this is an organized criminal effort. Whether it's Tren de Aragua, that remains to be seen. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, if they're Venezuelan migrants and they're conducting crime in an organized manner, they're a problem.
So, okay, so you're able to confirm that this Venezuelan gang has indeed taken over at least some of the buildings. You're saying at least two of the three. And what I just heard from you is you don't know how they ended up there. And you even made a suggestion that they could have been sent there by federal officials. I heard you suggest. Well, I mean, do you have any reason to believe that to be the case?
So here's the problem. I think we're a victim of a failed policy at the southern border, because what you have, Venezuela does not according to my law enforcement, Venezuela does not cooperate with the United States in sharing criminal histories. You've had a third of the country leave. You've had these massive waves of migrants coming across the border that many of them crossed the border illegally, were arrested, asked for political asylum, were not adequately vetted, were released into the country. The city of Aurora, we did everything we could to quite frankly keep them out of the city, because it's not our problem. This is a federal problem. This is a problem borne by the federal government. But what we're trying to find out, and what I believe occurred, was that federal agencies worked with some of our local nonprofits and put them there. Now, most of these people are very good people. But there's a criminal element that, from what I understand, what law enforcement is briefing me, that often follows them, intends to exploit them within their own migrant community. And so we believe that is happening now. Now, we're the 51st largest city in America with over 400,000 in population. This is only several apartment complexes. Yeah. But nonetheless, I'm not going to surrender any part of this city to a criminal element.
With all due respect, it's no longer, just in the hands of the feds when you've got, we've heard reports that this gang has green-lighted its members to attack your local police. What are you doing about that, Mayor?
Well, we're aware of that in the Denver metropolitan area, that there are elements of Tren de Aragua here. And so, we're, in terms of how our police operate, the tactics, what they're doing to protect themselves, is our number one priority.
All right, guys. So that's it. There it is. You just saw that news story. You saw how we've got Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado. which is a suburb outside of Denver. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Something that you probably would never think would be happening here in our country, but it's actually happening. People, you need to wake up. You see this gear I got on, this vest I got on, this 300 blackout for home defense. This isn't for show. This isn't so I can look cool. I've been looking cool my whole life.
Come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
Just kidding. But guys, seriously, this is not for none of that. This is serious business. This is so that you can protect your home, defend your family, and defend your community at large. Because as you guys are seeing, these people are going door to door, getting people out of there. They got the whole property management up out of there, harass them to the point where they're gone. There's nothing they can do. I don't know how the police didn't step in and come in and do something at that point, but for whatever reason, they didn't come in at that point. And doorknobs were getting hammered off by people, storming people's apartments, taking over the apartments, forcing them to pay rent to the gangs and not the actual landlords. So it's serious out here, guys. It's a lot of serious stuff going on out here in our country right now. Our borders have been left wide open for the past 4 years, 3.5 to 4 years, and we've got a lot of people here in our country that might not have the best interest for Americans in their mind. All right, so I hope that you guys aren't completely naive. I hope that you aren't living in some type of wonderland or fairy tale land thinking that all these people all these immigrants, illegal immigrants that are coming across our borders are all good people and are all here to just make a better way of life. Absolutely, I'm sure there's definitely people who have come across who that's their mission. They want they want a piece of the American dream. Can't be mad at that, right? But what we can be mad at is how they go about doing it. They got to go through the proper channels. They got to go through the proper processes. I mean, as you can see, that lady just spoke about, they've got people in Denver, the city council lady. She spoke about how they've got people there in Aurora who actually need help, who need assistance. But you know who's actually lining up, donate money, giving the money? You know who they're giving it to? Not the U.S. citizens, not the people of Aurora, Colorado. They're giving it to these illegal immigrants. And again, just having a heart, being a human being, I'm not saying that we should not help people, but at what cost, people? At what cost? I don't really like to get too political. I see that those videos controversial or don't like to get pushed, and I'm not trying to, put gaps or push more wedges in between people. But honestly, guys, right now is the time to pick a side. What side do you stand on? Are you on the side of good? Are you on the side of evil? Because it's literally that cut and dry out here right now. We've got a war being waged against good and evil, and it's being waged right here on our soil, on our country's soil. So, if you guys think that we're exempt from all those things because we live in this great nation that's protected by the borders of the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean and Canada and Mexico, well, think again. We've been letting people into our country for the past, 4 years unchecked, guys. So do you think that, again, we don't have cells that are in this country waiting to be activated at the moment's notice? All right, so just how they took over those apartment complexes in Aurora, I'm telling you guys, it could be done that easily, city to city, all across the nation. And imagine if it's done simultaneously. How would our responders or first level responders be able to respond to it, like the police, fire departments, all of that? How would they be able to respond to simultaneous attacks on the people here in America? So guys, I don't want to make it too grim. I'm not somebody that likes to make things seem worse than they are, but I definitely want to bring awareness to the AGG Nation. Now is the time, guys. There is a line that's been drawn in the sand, and you better figure out which side that you're on, because right now is the time that you're going to either be protecting your family or you're going to die on your knees. We don't do that, guys. If we die on our knees, it's because we've died. We're fighting, and we've gone out with a fight, and we've done it intelligently. So with that being said, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video with other people that you think would enjoy it and that need to hear about this topic. We definitely got to bring more awareness around what is going on in our country. We've got to be united as a people. All this black stuff, all this white stuff, all this Hispanic stuff, all this Asian stuff. Listen, be whoever you want to be. But when you're here in this country, be an American first, all right? And that's it. That's all I got to say, guys. If we don't protect what's ours and protect our land and pretend, or not pretend because it shouldn't be a pretend, but if we don't have pride in what's ours, it'll be taken from us just like that, if you guys can't already tell. All right, guys, so that's it. This has been AGG, the Average Gun Guy. Stay safe, stay training, and stay free. Pa, 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 pa.